What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Dark Knight's Death Metal Wonder Woman. And so here we have the Death Metal Wonder Woman posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through her accessories really fast. Death Metal Wonder Woman does come with her enchanted chainsaw, which looks really nice. I do like this accessory. It does fit in her right hand. She also comes with the head of the Darkfather, as well as Darkfather's cape, and we'll have a better look at that when Darkfather is all put together. Her final accessory is, of course, the McFarlane display base. Other than that, we don't get anything else with this figure, unfortunately. So, with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at Wonder Woman. And so here we have a closer look at the Death Metal Wonder Woman, and I think McFarlane has done a great job with this figure. With Superman, the face really wasn't that good, but Wonder Woman, I really do love this face. It is almost perfect for this interpretation of Wonder Woman. I just love the makeup and how she looks with the black lipstick, the heavy eyeshadow, eyeliner. It just looks really nice, and then her blue eyes just piercing through that darkness looks really nice. I do like it. She has this really soft look to her, which I really do like that. And then we have her crown right here, which it's no longer a tiara. It's almost like a crown. You can see it is detailed really nicely, and it's done in a really nice gold plastic. So fantastic job on the face. It looks really nice, and in hand it looks much better in person, so gotta give McFarlane props there. And then she does have this really nice long black hair, which does transition into blue. Now I understand why they did this. This is the way it looks in the comic. It starts off as black and then transitions to blue to represent the highlights. It doesn't translate too well here. It kind of looks like she's a punk rocker with the black and the blue hair. I kind of wish that it was a little more subtle, and this is a little bit too extreme in my honest opinion, but looking at the figure as a whole, it works for the figure, so I really can't complain. One thing I can complain about is the articulation, which we'll get a look at that when we move on to her articulation. As far as her costume goes, you can see that she has this traditional Wonder Woman look, but it does have some new features to it. For example, she has these straps running down her corset. As you can see, it does go under the metal part, going up to a choker, which probably connects the cape. I'm saying probably because I'm just looking at this from a costume standpoint, and that's probably how you would attach the cape, is underneath that choker. But yeah, they did a really good job with those straps. They look really nice, especially going all the way up to her neck. The cape is done really nicely. I love the material. It's a soft rubber plastic, so it is malleable, and I love the detailing on it. McFarlane does a really good job at detailing capes. It looks like actual fabric, which, oh, that's just a really nice sculpt. If you can actually see the detailing on this, guys, you'll understand what I mean. It's just done really nicely on both sides. A lot of times when we get sculpted capes, they have a really nice sculpt on the back, but then on the front, or the inside, I guess, they would be smooth and not have as much detail, but this carries over that detail nicely. So also having a look at her costume, she does have two skulls on each of her shoulders, so we do have her pauldrons right there. I really like the straps going around the eyes, or through the orbital socket of this skull. Same thing on this side, and then we have the straps on the bottom part of it, and that looks really nice. I love this skull. I don't know why. It looks really nice. And then you can see it kind of like has a horn at the end of it, and then a weird snout. And I like the fact that the straps go through the orbital. That looks so nice, and it's so different. Really nice feature right there. And then we go on to her bracelets, or the gauntlets, and you can see they're not the traditional silver gauntlets that we see with Wonder Woman. These ones are done in gold, and you can see they do have the strap running on the inside. These look really nice. I love the detailing on them. For just being gold bracelets, they have a lot of good detail on them, and I really can't criticize them too much, because just look at that. Each layer of the gauntlet has detail on it, and then we also have some studs right here. So yeah, this looks really nice. I am really happy about the sculpt, especially right here on her corset, or the main piece of her costume. You can see that it has a lot of nice details going around it, especially with the studs on the gold. The wrinkles in the red look really nice, although I think a black wash would be useful just to highlight some of those details. It would look nice with a black wash and then highlighting the high points with like a brighter red. I think that would look so fantastic on this figure, to be quite honest. If not, airbrush the dark into the crevices and then highlight with a dry brush. There's so many things you can do with it. But having a look at her skirt piece, this is a more, I don't want to say modern, but it is kind of modern how she has a skirt piece coming down right here. You can see they did a really good job sculpting the detailing on it. We do have the traditional Wonder Woman W right here, going all the way to the back, going more to her gladiator-like skirt right there, so they did a really good job there. Then we do have her skin tone, which is a little bit pasty. I would have liked to see a more realistic skin tone, like we see with her face. I think if they had used this skin tone throughout the body, it would look a little bit better. Her boots, I guess these would be boots because they go all the way up, are also nicely designed. You can see we have some really ornate gold patterns right here, and those look fantastic. The blue boots do have some panel lining on them, and they do look really nice, as you can see, going all the way around. They have this really nice panel lining, so really nice job of detailing that. And then we go on to her greaves, and the greaves look spectacular. Out of all her armor pieces, I think I love the greaves the most. It almost reminds me of Homelander, doesn't it? This kind of reminds me of Homelander. I don't know if I'm the only person that sees that, but moving on. Just love this detail right here. It looks like wings coming out in the front. We do have a spike right here on the top knee pad, although unfortunately they didn't sculpt it on the knee, so when you do bend her knee, it breaks up the sculpt, unfortunately. If they had sculpted this part of the boot and left the kneecap free, I think that would have looked better, but engineering is something that they need to work on at some point. Really, really love these boots. These are done really nicely. The greaves look fantastic, and the way they're detailed, it's really hard to say that I don't like these boots. I love these boots, and the shade of gold on them is perfect. Just the amount of detailing, even on the shoes. Now, one thing I'm not a fan of are the heels. Heels make standing figures virtually impossible. Although Wonder Woman does stand, you just gotta find that right balance for her to stand, and she'll stand fine. I would have really liked to see a flat base there, but it's the way she looked in the comic book. So, with that out of the way, guys, let's actually compare Wonder Woman to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Wonder Woman posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Wonder Woman posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Wonder Woman posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the Death Metal Wonder Woman posed next to the Death Metal Superman and Death Metal Batman. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to her articulation now. Wonder Woman does sport a double ball joint in the neck. Now unfortunately, because of her hair, she can only look down about that far. She really can't look up unless you try to force it, but even then, I guess you can say she kind of looks up. I mean, that's neutral and that's up, but you really gotta force it, and I'm worried that I might pop the head off or worse, break it. We do have some head tilt to the right side. Left side, not so much because the hair flows off to the left side. We do have rotation, but again, it will be hindered by her hair. We do have a ball joint here in the shoulder, which does go up and down, forward and back, as well as out to the side, only to about right here, because the shoulder pad does butt up against the cape. Does do a full 360, you just gotta avoid the hair, but the hair does a good job of getting out of the way. We do have a bicep swivel hidden underneath this armband, so that's really nice. We have a double bend here at the elbow, going up really far. I do like that. Ball hinge here at the wrist, so it does swivel all the way around, rotates, hinges, and then we do have rotation on that peg. Now, I want to say she does have an ab crunch. I don't know exactly what's going on in this figure, but she can arch back about that far, which is pretty respectable. She can crunch forward to about right there, but then her overlay piece does push her back to about right there. Does she pivot to the side? Yes, she does pivot to the side. I think it might be a ball joint right here somewhere. She might have like a standard crunch. Let's see. Yeah, I think she has a standard crunch and a ball joint, because we do have rotation and pivot, so it feels like a ball joint. Legs do kick forward to about there. Go back all the way. I really do like that. Out to the side. No problem. We don't have a thigh swivel, but it kind of rotates, so there is that. We do have a double jointed knee. Goes up to about right there. Wish it went up a little bit further, but her boot does kind of get in the way of itself. We do have a ball joint here at the ankle, which does provide a hinge going back and forth. We do have rotation right there at that ball joint. Rotation underneath at the foot. And then for some reason, despite having heels, she has a toe hinge. So overall, this Wonder Woman has pretty good articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get a pose for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the McFarlane Death Metal Wonder Woman pose for my final thoughts. Overall, I think McFarlane has done a really good job with this figure. I feel like McFarlane does their very best with Wonder Woman figures. I know we got a lot of Batman figures, but when it comes to Wonder Woman figures, the ones that we've gotten, I really do enjoy all of them. Even the Golden Armor Wonder Woman, the movie Wonder Woman, and the Last Night on Earth Wonder Woman were all solid figures. I think this one trumps all of them. And that's not saying that those are bad figures. I'm just saying that this one is probably the best out of the bunch. And the detailing on her is so magnificent. I love the face sculpt on this figure, as well as the golden chainsaw. Looks really, really nice. I think McFarlane can do so much better on Wonder Woman figures going forward. Not saying that this is a bad figure, this is an absolutely beautiful figure, but going forward I can't wait to see the job that he does on other Wonder Woman figures. Now, this Wonder Woman just barely came out and is part of the Darkfather Collect and Connect wave, so if you are trying to collect the Darkfather, Wonder Woman is necessary because she does come with the head and cape for Darkfather. If you do find Wonder Woman at retail, she will run you about $25. I was lucky enough to pick up mine for $19.99 online when they were having a sale, and thankfully Target honored that sale all the way till I got them shipped to me. Really am enjoying this figure, and it's a very, very nice Wonder Woman figure. So if you're a fan of Wonder Woman or just want a really awesome, unique Wonder Woman in your collection, this is the figure to get. Plus, if you're building the Darkfather, she's kind of necessary for completing Darkfather. So if you haven't already done so, go out and find yourself a Death Metal Wonder Woman. So with that out of the way, guys, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.